Imagine walking into your own company and being talked down to by the very people you employ. That's exactly what happened to Camille Rhodes, and her response didn't just echo through the building. It shook the entire industry. Camille pulled into the lot a little past 10 a.m. The sun over Sacramento was high, the pavement radiating heat beneath her sneakers. No blacked-out SUV, no personal driver. Just her silver Honda Accord and the quiet resolve earned over decades. She paused for a moment outside the glass doors that bore her name, Rhodes Auto Group. This was no ordinary dealership. Known across California for its luxury imports, Audi, BMW, Jaguar, Lexus, Rhodes Auto Group was a temple to high-end taste, clean, modern, and opulent. Camille had paid a small fortune to make it that way. Marble floors, an espresso bar, and an LED wall looping cinematic car commercials created a space that whispered success. She stepped inside, inhaling the signature scent she'd personally selected. The young man at reception barely looked up. "Morning," he muttered without a smile. "Good morning," she replied calmly. "You here for service?" "No, just browsing." His eyes flicked up and down. No designer bag, no glossy manicure, no jewelry. She wasn't someone the team had been trained to charm. "Someone will be with you soon," he mumbled, turning back to his screen. Camille stood quietly, taking in the space she had built from the ground up. Every diffuser scent, playlist, and showroom angle had been carefully chosen by her. And yet, here she stood, invisible. A few minutes later, a salesman swaggered over. Mid-30s, confident, fast-talking, the kind who could close a deal in 5 minutes flat. "Hey, I'm Rick," he said, no handshake. "Looking for something affordable?" Camille raised an eyebrow. "I haven't said what I'm looking for yet." Rick chuckled like he was charming. Sure, but I can tell. Maybe a certified pre-owned? We've got some good deals on the back lot." She followed him, silent. They passed gleaming Jaguars and untouched BMWs. He didn't pause. Just led her straight to a used Lexus near the side fence. "This one's solid," he said. "Low mileage, nothing flashy." Camille folded her arms. "And why do you assume I don't want flashy?" He shrugged. "Been doing this a long time. You get a feel for people." She looked him dead in the eye. "So, you've already decided what I can afford." His grin faltered. "Hey, no offense, just trying to save you time." She didn't blink. "Quick question. How do you decide who gets shown the premium models?" Rick gave a small laugh. "We treat everyone the same. It just depends on the vibe." "The vibe," she echoed, watching him miss the shift in her tone. "Exactly. No point showing someone the VIP inventory if they're just window shopping." She smiled. "Do you know who I am?" He squinted, confused. "I'm not here to buy a car," she said. "I'm here to see how my team treats people. And you failed." She pulled out her badge. The logo matched the one on the wall. Rick went pale. "Ma'am, I didn't know." "That's the point," she replied, walking away. But what Camille overheard next, near the espresso bar, chilled her more than Rick's assumptions. Two junior sales associates were chatting freely, unaware she was listening. "Had this lady yesterday," one said. "Had the designer bag. Asked about the Q7. But I could tell she was fronting. Ran her credit. Total joke." The other laughed. "Gotta love the ones who dress rich, but can't even lease a Civic." "See the lady Rick's with?" He nodded toward Camille. "Probably walked here. Wants to test drive a Benz. Leaves with a brochure." Camille pretended to study a vehicle spec screen, rage simmering beneath her calm exterior. She moved toward the Porsche section, her pride. A secluded lounge meant only for high-profile buyers. A woman stood alone, elegant, flipping through color swatches. Another salesman approached her, tall, slick hair, polished voice. "Looking for something specific?" "The Macung," she answered. "Just comparing trims." "Of course," he said too fast. "Just so you know, we require proof of funds before test drives." "Policy." She blinked. "I wasn't asking to test drive it." "Right, just putting it out there. This isn't typical inventory." Camille stepped in. "Is that how we greet clients now?" He turned. "Do you need assistance?" "No. I need to understand why you're quoting policy to someone who hasn't requested anything." He floundered. "We've had issues before. I didn't mean." "Camille," turned to the woman. If you still want to see the Mekong, I'd be honored to walk you through it. The woman nodded, grateful. The salesman stammered. Miss Rhodes, I'm not here for apologies, she said. I'm here for truth. They walked off, Camille explaining trim packages as if it were the first car she'd ever loved. The woman relaxed, even laughed. Back in the office wing, Camille walked past colleagues who stiffened at the sight of her. She headed not to her office, but to the break room. 3 staff sat chatting. She wanted the AMG coupe. A woman snorted. Asked if we could make an exception on the wait list. I told her we don't make exceptions for dreams. Laughter. Another added, people think they can just walk in and order a 6-figure car like it's pizza. Camille stepped into view. What exactly does someone have to look like to buy a car here? They froze. Mom. No, really, she said. Because based on what I've heard, you have a picture in your head of who deserves to be here and who doesn't. Silence. I built this place, Camille said, to change how this industry sees people like me. And now I walk in and hear this. No one spoke. Finish your lunch, she said, voice cold. Then meet me in the conference room. 10 minutes later, 27 employees sat silently as Camille stood at the front of the room. Some of you don't know who I am, she began. That ends today. I'm Camille Rhodes, founder and CEO. I walked in today without a badge, a title, or an appointment. I did that because I needed to see how this place runs when no one thinks I'm watching. She recounted everything she'd heard. Eyes dropped. A few mouths hung open. She held up a folder. This is a report from consultants I hired months ago. Anonymous visits. The findings matched what I saw with my own eyes today. Dean raised a hand. Miss Rhodes, I didn't know. That's the point. You shouldn't have to know who someone is to treat them with respect. She turned to Owen, the floor manager. I trusted you to build a team that reflects our values. What I saw today doesn't align. Owen looked sick. There will be changes. Some immediate. If this makes you uncomfortable, good. It should. Tessa, an admin, raised her hand. I've seen what you're talking about. I've been told to ignore it. Thank you, Camille said. You're the reason this place still has a chance. By the next morning, 5 employees were gone. Terminated professionally. No drama. Camille didn't stop there. We need real training, she told HR. Not a slideshow, real conversations, real scenarios. Bring in specialists. Tessa was promoted to customer experience lead. Emails started pouring in. Stories from customers who'd been judged. One caught Camille's heart, from Cynthia Harmon, the woman in the Porsche section. I walked in expecting to be tolerated, she wrote. I walked out feeling seen. You made me feel like enough. Camille kept that email in her office. Change came fast. Sales reps started asking instead of assuming. Reception greeted each guest with eye contact. Even the espresso bar added a donation jar for local youth automotive programs. Weeks later, Rick requested a meeting. Camille agreed. They met in a quiet cafe. Were you hoping someone would fail that day? He asked. She thought for a moment. No, I was hoping I was wrong. He nodded. But I'm glad I saw it, she said. Because now I know exactly what we're protecting. Before leaving for her first vacation in years, she called a final team meeting. Every person who walks in here matters. If that doesn't sit right with you, this is not your place. She smiled. But we'll show you how to get it right. Camille locked her office door and left, not walking away, but knowing she had finally left it in good hands. Because sometimes leadership isn't about building. It's about rebuilding from the inside out.